Hello to Westminster University. My name is Rob Vass. I'm one of the co-founders of Joy. And this video is a short introduction to Joy and how to use it for event production meetings. What is Joy? I hear you say, because you probably haven't seen it or heard of it. Joy is in fact an event planning software. It's pretty unique in its capabilities, and I hope to demonstrate some of those to you now. First thing, this is the Joy homepage. You can see all your events you've got coming up. You view them in card or calendar view. And obviously for the ease of planning and delivering those events. So you're going to be going into a production meeting. What makes a good production meeting? Clear agenda, obviously, great meeting management, keeping everyone focused and on task, clear outcomes, making sure everyone does it. And I think that's the area of particular interest to you guys, how you take notes and get a clear outcome. And I want to go through that today, focus on that today. And also, of course, people want them to be as productive as possible. In my quite a number of years of producing events, have sat in some terrible production meetings and they really aren't that productive and everyone resents it. So being as productive as possible is really important. So how do you make sure you achieve all of those objectives? Clear agenda, good meeting, outcomes, and productivity. The first part of that, well, it's making sure you're prepared for the meeting, that you have all the information at your fingertips. This is made a whole lot easier with Joy. You can be ready for any questions that might come your way because you have all the information within that event in Joy. You've got things like event information, which might cover, things like digital assets, or even talking about the objectives and exactly why you're doing the event. You've got all the details of the people working on the event. You click on one of those people, you get all their information. So it's easy to contact people should that come up in the meeting. It's really being prepared for anything. You have the whole program in there, so you can rewrite things in the program. You can look at it, you can check the flow, do anything that you want with the program. And of course, after that, because you've got the program, you've also got your whole speaker management or performer management. If it was a festival, these would all be performers. This is a conference, speakers. But yeah, you can manage everything around those speakers and check out their details, communicate with them, make any changes you need. So, or answer any questions you might have. Likewise with sponsors and exhibitors, exactly the same thing. And also, this is a really big part. A lot of what we talk about in production meetings translates to activities on site. And here in Joy, you've got the production schedule. So you can actually schedule things, look at what's going on, find out, look at the timeline going, hey, what exactly is going on? Do we need to filter by someone? What, have we actually planned Ed Sheeran's time to mic up or anything like that? No, we haven't put anything in. We need to do that. Let's go back and do that. So you've got all the information at your fingertips on the entire event. How you actually manage the meeting? Well, you go to tasks to do that. So tasks, this is your core of activity for an event. Here I've got actually all the old tasks visible as well. I can actually hide completed tasks if I want to. Always makes you feel good if you've got your completed tasks, makes you feel like you've done more. So I've got my tasks. I'm going into a meeting. This meeting, for instance, could be on content. I can filter by whatever. I look down for my content label, filter on that, and I get a view of all the content tasks that we've got coming up. I can talk about that. If I think, oh, we need to actually add a content task, I'll just do new content task. Because we're talking through the meeting, apologies for my appalling typing, and we want to add more detail. I go, well, that's actually quite a difficult task. It's due in a week or so, and so I'm going to allocate the responsibility to someone else, give that to Colin, and now I can click save that task. Oh, I want to add my label as well, because I want it to appear in my content filter. So I click done on that. I can see it's appeared. Now, normally after the meeting, I would note that down, and I would have to confirm with Colin, via email, this is your new task. Not with Joy. As soon as I save that task, that actually sends Colin an email going, this is your new task. It will send him an email before its due date. It'll send me as the organizer an email when Colin has completed that task. It also sends me an email should he delete it or allocate it to somebody else. So a whole lot of that management, mundane stuff. The most important thing in the meeting is actually identifying what needs to be done and making sure it's done really well. That whole mundane, who's got the email and how to keep the record, Joy takes care of a lot of that for you. So you can actually manage all your tasks. Look as a task like an agenda item, add them on the fly when you need new ones, tick the ones off that you've done as you go through, and clearly communicate with everybody. So you can leave the meeting knowing that people know exactly what they need to do. And that is a really big advantage when it comes to productivity and efficiency. The other thing as well is because you've got access to everything, you can actually do some pretty major things on the spot. So if you think about a normal system, if you needed to make a change to the website, how many people would be involved, how much work that would be, and then you've got a bunch of people going, well, can you also report to me when it's been done? Here in Joy, you've got an enormous amount of power to actually do things on the spot, and everyone having that satisfaction of knowing it's been done. So here, out of desperation, we had to have me doing the welcome to this event. We were desperately looking for someone more desirable. We found them in the form of Graham Triumph, TP presenter and entertainer. So I add Graham as a speaker. I remove myself because I don't want to be the speaker on that, and go fantastic. Normally, this would be done in an Excel spreadsheet. So I've got one Excel spreadsheet with Graham Triumph in it, and then a whole bunch of other Excel spreadsheets there are other people using that don't have his name in it. And also we've got a website that's advertising me and not him. So here we look at the website, we've embedded the Joy program in the website, and you can see when you go to the welcome, it's got me in it. We want to change that. So I go back to Joy, I go to my publish, open my full program, which is the publish link I have to that. I preview, I can see the changes I've made that Graham Triumph is in it. I update, and that will now update my published. So my published view changes to Graham. If I go to my website and refresh that, so if someone was going in for the first time or someone going in again, they explain it in like 30 seconds, I can actually do something that would take probably 2 to 3 hours and an awful lot of organization if you weren't using Joy. The other thing as well is you get an awful lot of things pop up that you go, oh, Emily Hawke from Success Plus, she's a real superstar. We'd love to have her endorsing the product. So the content team say that we really want a media interview with Emily. So I can go back to my schedule, go, brilliant, Emily's speaking on the 2nd of February. I know she's speaking at the world's most successful event. And here I whack in an interview for Emily. I've actually already put one in here. I know that Emily will see it because I've tagged her to it, and I know the media will see it because I've used a label. So that could either be a person or a label, whatever you want. But it means that both parties actually see that. So I've put the Emily interviewer in there. If I look at Emily's brief, so I go to performer briefs and go to Emily Hawke, and she has a schedule in her brief. And that obviously that scheduling will include that interview now. This all works beautifully on mobile, so she can also subscribe to a calendar. If you subscribe to a calendar, then that everything will appear in your calendar exactly as it appears in your schedule. So she's got everything that's going on at the event neatly in her own calendar. So those things that could be a lot of notes during the meeting, a lot of emails after the meeting, and then making sure a whole lot of people have updated schedules. That could be probably 2 hours work to actually make sure all that happened. Now in Joy, you can do it again in a minute or so. So having all of this information at your fingertips and the ability to create and distribute tasks means you become so much more efficient. Run great meetings, and everyone's really going to be impressed with you as an event producer or event professional. That was a reasonable sized conference. It works exactly the same way as if you're doing a tiny event, which is only just a morning session, let's say, but you still want to make sure that you can communicate everything in a schedule. You still want to manage all your tasks and make sure it's as efficient as possible. I hope that was enlightening for you. I know I rushed through that pretty quickly. Apologies if I didn't explain anything very well, but if I didn't, I'm more than happy to jump online and do a demo with your class at any time that works for you guys. If you do want to investigate more, you can look at all the features on the website, joy.events. So obviously that goes through all of those things. With Joy, it is just joy.events, no .com or anything like that, joy.events. If you click Get Started, you'll actually get a 30-day free trial. So if you want to go in and play around with Joy yourselves, then please feel free to do so. And also, if you do in your professional life want to use Joy, I should point out that you can start using it for the princely sum of £15 a month. Not really a big investment for a whole lot of productivity gain. Thank you very much for your time. And again, apologies for the terrible video quality. Not normally what I do. Anyway, hopefully I'll get to speak to you again in the future. Many thanks. Bye.